What is going on, everybody? It's on and off the field. I just started a watch party on Facebook because I figured out how to do that. Welcome to the show. It's on and off the field with Durf and Dylan. How you doing today, Durf?
Oh, I'm not doing too bad. Hanging in there on a cool summer day. How about you, Dylan?
It is a nice day.
Yeah.
I went outside briefly to grab a package. It was actually a very nice day out. So I kind of wasted it because, well, actually, I was working today, so I didn't really waste it. Actually, I did waste it because I was working. Working is a waste. It's a waste of my time. It's a waste of everyone's time. It's pointless. I hate my life. It's so stupid. No, that's not true. I'm doing fine. Baby's still alive. Baby's doing not bad.
Good.
Past couple of days here. She's had her moments, but overall it hasn't been terrible.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the sun out there. Wish I was out there. Hopefully it's like this tomorrow for our Wednesday golf league.
Yeah.
I need you guys, you and Matt, to be a little bit more competitive here.
Hey, I went and spent money on new golf clubs, so
oh, that's true.
I have a chance.
I can't wait. I'm super excited for that to pan out to see if it makes a big difference. You said you've been swinging them.
They feel so good.
I can't wait to see them in action.
Graphite shafts on the irons. Love it.
Ooh, graphite shaft.
Yeah, we're fancy over here now.
I don't know if that actually helps or not. I don't know if there's a benefit.
Nah, we'll find out.
I have to Google it to see if graphite shafts are better than regular shafts. That's what she said. All righty, Frederick. How about you let everybody know about the show and where they can share, subscribe, follow, like, watch, buy, stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as usual, go ahead and follow On and Off the Field on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you can get uncut episodes like our show tonight, our live shows like our show tonight, and other great content like our show tonight. Make sure to rate and review the show on iTunes so we know how we're doing and what you like or dislike about the show. You can find all these links at onandoffthefield.com along with our fundraising efforts and to learn more about the show, Dylan and myself. And while you're on the interwebs, head on over to rtfsportsnetwork.com where you can catch On and Off the Field on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And while you're on the RTS Sports Network website, head on over to the blog section. Check out all the great blogs our writers are writing because there's some really great stuff out there. So get reading.
Yeah, it was another day of Mike Fink, one of our blog writers, coming to me, and he just got done asking me for my top 5 wide receivers and tight ends heading into this season. I don't remember what they were off the top of my head. I think I threw Tyler Lockett in as my number 5 wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I just like giving the Seahawks some love there. I feel like Tyler Lockett's so underrated. I just want to say his name more.
Yeah.
It's just not fair. He's in like a run-first offense, but when the ball is thrown his way, he's coming down with it no matter what.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I feel like he's so disrespected, but that's fine. I just need them to win another Super Bowl, and I can die happy. I just need Russ to have at least 2 rings. So, as mentioned on the onandoffthefield.com website there, our charities tab, we still have Feeding America and the Boys and Girls Club of America going. And currently, for our Fantasy Football League, we have 1 spot left for our main league. If we magically find like 12 other people who want to play, like we'll make a second league. I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
But currently, we have 1 spot left. It's a $20 buy-in that goes to charity, which goes to the Boys and Girls Club of America. Or you could donate more. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. So we officially made the league. I invited people. It's like, it's happening.
Yeah.
It's going to be super exciting. And actually, we moved the draft. It's going to be a week from today, I think.
Yeah.
Next Tuesday at 7 p.m. This show is going to be our live draft. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And we finally, it was my weekend project. We have merchandise. baby.
Awesome.
We got
That's
merchandise.
awesome. It's good stuff too.
It's really good. It's like it's low key. It's like the logo
Yeah, that's all you need.
on like white, gray, black shirts and tank top sweatshirts, on some coffee mugs, on some stickers, iPhone cases, stuff like that. You know, your basic stuff. So, you know, if you just want to rep us in the streets, finally, you want to be like, I got to let people know about this show.
Yeah.
Like everywhere. Buy a shirt and go do it. You know, wear it out on the street, wear it to work. Get a coffee mug. Drink that at work.
Yeah, there you go.
Easy peasy. So the winner is probably going to get some free merchandise. And maybe some other things. We're still working on it. But that was going to be the big winning thing for the football league. The fantasy league was going to be merchandise. So they're going to get that. Be their pick, whatever item they want. And then currently until the end of September, you have until September 30th to use the promo code OOTF to get 10% off your purchase.
Nice.
10% off. Who doesn't want 10% off?
That's pretty good.
Come on.
Look at us being fancy with promo codes.
Yeah. We'll come up with like another promotion afterwards, but until 9:30, it's our official on out the field merchandise launch. Get 10% off. So go do it.
There you go.
I'm still trying to figure out what I want. I don't know what I want.
Yeah.
I have to figure that out. Unfortunately, on the website, they have a shortage on sizes on some of those items. So like I love tank tops. That's my thing. It's my jam is tank tops.
Yeah.
None of the tank top options have my size right now.
Oh.
So it's kind of depressing. So I'm thinking I'm just going to get a t-shirt, or I might wait it out. I'm not sure yet, but I got to wear some OOTF gear on our show now.
There you go.
We're going to be working on hats next. I know what website I'm going to use. I just have to work it out.
Nice.
It's going to be good stuff, boys and girls.
Yeah.
It's going to be good stuff. So I think those are all of our announcements, at least. All right. So we do have a guest coming on the show today, Jason McMinn. He was a guest on our show a while ago, like months ago. I feel like it was forever ago. We're going to bring him on for some other sports talk. But real quick, while we begin our segment, the other sports, we got to do some like local stuff real quick because this was super exciting just for us.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's like really exciting, like oh my god.
It's a one-star set to normalcy for us.
Yeah, that's really what it's all about. We're starting to see some normalcy. New York State and King Cuomo have officially released bowling alleys back to the public.
Yes,
it's fun. It's really the big deal is they were getting close. I could feel they were getting close to like maybe not being able to reopen ever.
Yeah.
Because the owner of that place, of our bowling alley that we go to, put out a Facebook message that scared everybody that said, "Oh, screw COVID. We have to shut down now. We waited as long as we could," and everyone freaked out. But apparently this was about another business of his and not the bowling alley we go to. So thank God.
Whew.
But bowling alleys are reopened as of yesterday, and I'm just trying to envision this: 50% capacity. You cannot go up to the bar or the counter to order food or drink. And if you order a beer, you have to get food because that's like the New York rule. You have to have food and alcohol. And then you have to wear masks the entire time. I normally get sweating when I get bowling. Like if I do 3 games, I'm working up a sweat. I'm a little tired. I got a heavy bowling ball. I have to wear a mask the entire time.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm trying to envision it, and I feel like it's gonna suck.
It probably will.
Yeah,
but I think a lot of people will still probably end up going to bowling alleys because it's one more thing open that we can do. So other areas, outdoor recreation, can now take a breather from the masses going to them, and now the bowling alleys can take some of that share, and then the outdoor recreation can now recover, and we can go and enjoy ourselves outside again. But
it's just in time because winter's right around the corner. So
exactly,
We need an indoor sport here in New York. Winter is right around the corner. That's not a
Yes.
lie. I mean, I can almost smell the snow coming. Yeah.
I mean, face mask, it'll suck, but I think overall, I think it'll be worth it in the end.
Face masks have been worth it this whole time. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not that hard.
No.
Wear your mask. Not to get political, but one more piece of information before we're joined by Jason. This happened over the weekend, and it's just did you see this?
I didn't see it. I just read it. I read it here in the notes yesterday, and I was like, "What in the world?"
This was heartbreaking. So the U.S. Amateur Championship, it was for golf. They were playing at Bandon Dunes, and on the 18th hole, a caddy that goes by the name Brant Brewer, who this was his first time caddying at Bandon Dunes. I don't think it was his first time caddying ever.
Okay.
But this is his first time at Bandon Dunes.
Mm-hmm.
He was caddying for Segundo Pinto, and they were going neck and neck here to get to the next round of this championship here, to go into the final round, I think, on Sunday. So his shot hit the sand bunker, and so Pinto was up and like looking at the green. He was trying to figure out where he was going to shoot his shot, getting some reads. While he was doing that, Brant Brewer goes into the bunker, and he kneels down or just squats down and puts his hand in the sand and starts feeling the texture and the depth of the bunker.
No, Brant, no.
Clear as day. There's no hiding this.
Yeah.
He didn't try to do it sneakily. He just did it. And obviously everyone calls him out. Like the opposing golfer's caddy's like, oh, he's doing it. He's doing a thing. They're calling over the rules official, and that ended up costing the golfer a stroke, which was enough to lose him the match.
Oof. That's rough.
Boy. Wow. Just wow. I can't. The golfer came out and said it was okay. They talked about it. The caddy was obviously just heartbroken.
Yeah.
Strikeout beer in the house. What's up, boys?
What's going on?
2 guys that are going to participate in the Fantasy Football League.
Yeah, exciting.
That was bad. That was very bad. I just want to let him know that it'll be okay. I want to tell Brant Brewer. Now you know. You messed up. Move on. All right.
Yep.
Move on. All righty. So here we go. We're going to bring on our guest, Jason McMinn. We got a bunch to talk about. We'll see whatever he wants to talk about. We're just doing this for fun. I don't even know what he wants to talk about. We're just going to figure it out as we go. So, welcome to the stream, Jason.
Hey, it's your boy JJ again. Not going to talk no Texans today. We're not talking no Texans. But, hey, you should be happy right now in Seattle. You guys might be putting together a fantasy like mega team. If you could somehow, it's been linked now. Josh Gordon and possibly Antonio Brown could be coming. They've been in discussions, right?
Bro, I am all for Josh Gordon. Never get that mistaken. As soon as Josh Gordon is reinstated, I want Pete Carroll to put the money in his hands. Like, give him a full guarantee. Just do it. But Antonio Brown, no. No. Get him as far away from my team as possible.
Because here's the deal, right? And I understand, you're sold on Lockett. And Lockett's a great player. Don't get me wrong. The guy goes after, he's great.
So good.
But I still think you need that one guy. You need that one separation type of guy. And Josh Gordon or Antonio Brown, either one. I know you're forever in Josh Gordon. That's fine. But Josh Gordon is that guy. He's your number one. He's your your wideout one. That is your separation guy. You need to have that person. DJ Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, those are great guys. They're good compliments. It's like Gallup and CeeDee Lamb would be Amari Cooper. But Cooper can create separation.
Hey, just a super quick commercial break for our RTF Sports Network. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Josh Gordon can create separation. Here's the deal, and this is why I think is great for you guys. He's coming back off suspension. He's looking for a team to latch on to. You probably get him at the super dirt cheap. And if he can stay off the drugs,
baby.
hey, if you can keep him off the drugs, I think that's going to be one hell of an addition to your already potent offense, right?
He doesn't even need to stay off the drugs. Let him smoke. He'll just lose a lot of money, but let him smoke. If you go positive, you lose a game check? Go for it, dude. I don't care. As long as you don't get suspended, I don't care. Do whatever you want.
But
That's on you.
You're like that one guy. I think you're that one. What do you think about Clowney? Clowney still hasn't gotten signed yet. He hasn't gotten signed yet. I think he's going to take less money. You think you want to try to get him back?
If he takes the less money, we don't have that much left in cap space because the Seahawks have done a lot of like mini signings. You know, we bring in this guy for a little bit, like 1-2 mil. We take this guy for like the vet men. We sign a couple of undrafted free agents, or stuff like that. So I don't even know where our cap space is right now. If Clowney wants to sign with us, if I did the math kind of correctly over the past couple of weeks here, he's going to have to sign for like 10 mil. Which I don't think he's going to.
I don't think he would go 10. No, I don't think he's going to go 10. I think you can get Josh Gordon on a Cam Newton type deal where $1 million but escalates to 7. That gets him back in the league, and then he can try to go for a bigger contract on the next go around. I think you get him on the cheap. I think you could get Clowney in around the 15 million range, but I know you probably don't have that kind of cap room. I don't know if you really need Clowney. I think he'd be a great addition. You already got. I'm really mad at the Seahawks right now because you got my boy Adams. I really wanted Adams on the Cowboys.
Could have been Matthews 2.0, but no.
Man, hey, you hit the lottery when you got Adams. I do think you gave up a little bit more than what you should have. You gave up 2 first rounders.
Just a little bit. Just a little too much.
And that was the only reason why I'm glad the Cowboys didn't pull that move because, man, two first rounders for us is big. I mean, two first rounds for anybody is big. That's quite a bit of future you're talking about for one guy. But, I think he puts you in contention for a Super Bowl in your secondary. So we'll see how it goes. I think I wouldn't mind seeing him come on to the Cowboys, but it just didn't happen for us. But I see you talking baseball. Let's talk about baseball for a second. You see that the MVP award for Major League Baseball is going to get a name change. Have you seen this?
I actually didn't see that. What's it? I don't even know what it's currently called. What's it currently called?
Right now, it's after the first commissioner of MLB, which is I'm going to say it wrong. Kennesaw Mountain Landis is what the current MVP trophy is named.
And needs a rename. Yeah,
it definitely needs a rename. Now, the history behind that was Landis never integrated the Negro League with the MLB. Right? He in his tenure, he never did that. So right now, the trophy is dated back as far as the first commissioner. Now what they're wanting to do is possibly rename it after Josh Gibson, which is the famous home run hitter from the Negro Leagues, right? Which I could see that happening. The guy's got the stats. He had, 84 home runs in the season, which beats Roger Maris's record, right? He also had well over 800 total home runs, which beats Babe Ruth's home run record. And he wasn't juicing like Barry Bonds, who was still an asterisk, and he wasn't juicing like Mark McGwire. The guy was going out there naturally hitting the ball, clear out the damn ballpark. So I'm off. For me, hey, look, we're talking about segregate or integration of the world, talking about bringing everything together, the whole cultural change. What better way than to take the oldest trophy out there in existence that was founded in the old times and bring it up to current date, which would be great. And I think Josh Gibson would be a great ambassador to have that trophy named after. So that's the biggest thing going on, I think, right now in baseball.
I think that's a great option to rename. It definitely needs to be renamed because one, you can't say it, and two, it was before like the integration there. So but I have another name preposition actually. I think it should be called the Fernando Tatis Jr. Trophy MVP Award. Because this dude, yes. My God. So to break it down, especially for David Timmons, who comes in here, he says no professional baseball player should ever have to apologize for hitting a home run. Yeah, if you don't know, you're not paying attention, but the Rangers are the biggest babies on the planet. One, they're right there with the Mariners for like the worst team in baseball. They're down 9-3 in the 8th inning, 9th inning. There's no coming back at this point.
Mhm.
Bases are loaded. Tatis Jr. walks up to the plate. The future face of baseball, say some. He's down 3-0 in the pitch count. So what do the Rangers do? The pitcher just on a line sails some mediocre fastball over the middle of the plate, and Tatis slams that ball.
Just get all the way out the park,
bro. And it just gets everyone's mad. The pitching coach comes out. They talk about something, whatever. There's this big issue, and then the next batter comes up, Manny Machado, and they throw the ball right behind him. You know, kind of one of those power moves.
Yeah.
And there's your unwritten rule. This was the main topic of the show here for this middle portion was unwritten rules in baseball. And there's two that come to mind. There's this one, you're down like this, don't run up the score, grand slam. You don't do that. Down 3-0. You don't do that. And then the second one is don't bunt to prevent a no-hitter. That's the other one. You know what I say about that? Suck it up. Throw a good pitch. Don't throw a 3-0 pitch that's over the middle of the plate.
Yeah.
Don't allow the bunter to reach base. Make a play. These unwritten rules, pretty much all of them, just make you they're crybaby things. You ruined my no hitter with a bunt. Oh, you're running up the score on me. Shut up. There's no crying in baseball.
I love it. The Tom Hanks line at the end of it.
Yeah. I mean, you guys have to agree with this, right? I'd be hard pressed to believe you don't agree with this.
Listen, I'm out there trying to be as competitive as I could possibly be, man. If the man wants to hit a home run and you can dumb enough to throw it to the plate, well then, hey, take me out to the ball game.
Fred?
There's no reason for the Rangers to be crying over this. Why would you deny a guy to have a better stat in a game?
It wasn't
it's a 3-0 pitch. Like you're gonna swing.
Yeah, everyone does.
Yeah,
even if it's a ball outside, they're pretty much going to take
taught
their
that.
chances. Yeah.
If you're gonna throw it, I'm gonna hit it, Bubba. That's what they pay me to do.
Yep.
And don't be mad because I bunted. Just be mad because you were quick enough to get it.
I'm pretty sure that happened last season. That was a big topic that came. Someone bunted, and I don't remember the scenario. I just know it happened. I remember the headlines where it came out that they bunted to end someone's no-hitter, and everyone got mad. What are you getting mad about? They didn't want to get no-hit, so guess what? He got the first base on a bunt. Guess what? You don't want him to. You want your no-hit to stay standing? Make a play. Get the ball to first.
You want the stat, you're going to earn it. Okay, you're going to earn it. You're going to get up those cheese eaters, and you're going to go get that ball, and you're going to make the play. You're going to earn this crap.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Are
there any other unwritten rules that I don't know about? Those are the two that come to mind. I don't know if you guys know of more off the top of your head.
No, but how did you like that when Laureano charged the Astros dugout thing? Yeah. Huh? I'm pretty sure that was an unwritten rule. You don't say in Spanish something about somebody's mama because you're going to get a charge.
We talked about that last week, and I'm fine with everything that happened. You can charge him. I don't care. The coach is an idiot. Do whatever you want to do. The dude got hit twice over like a couple games or even in the same – I think it was the same game. I don't care. It doesn't matter. He got hit twice. He deserves to do whatever he wants to do. But I have a problem with the suspensions. A lot of people came out and said, oh, baseball finally got something right. They got the suspensions right. I don't think they did. You can suspend Laureano 6 games. I don't care about that. That's fine. The Astros coach that insinuated the fight, send him home. Send him home for the season. You can't have a guy like that anywhere near the field. If during a pandemic he's going to start a brawl of both teams, you just can't have that. Send him home.
See, part of me feels that way. I do. I get that. I'm not stupid. If you're my daddy always said, "Boy, if you're gonna say some stuff, you deserve to get your ass whooped." Well, he deserved to get.
He didn't even get in the fight. He stayed in the back of the pile.
He stood in the back of the dugout. Hey, listen, and he had about 5 of the Astros players in front of him when he said it. And listen, that gummit. This is my team. If you can't tell, I love my Astros, but at the same time, listen, do
you love them less these days? Do you love them less?
I'm old school. No, I'm still old school. Listen, what you got going on right now? I don't know, man. It's the millennial Astro players, whatever. I'm back in the Craig Biggio days, the Nolan Ryan days, whatever. Biggio, Bagwell, all that mess, right? This is new school stuff, man. I don't know, man. And I don't even think it's really necessarily the Astros. I think it's all over the league in some way, in some fashions. The Astros just have a conglomerate of it in one team, but I think these types of players are throughout the league.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Honestly, I'm just waiting for this little tidal wave of stuff to push through, and hopefully we'll get back to our old school Astros like it used to be, when Jim Crane owned the team and so forth. And
I mean, you got a great new coach in there, and Dusty Baker. Oh wait, he's a cheater too. Sorry, but never mind. That blew my mind. I mean, they have to hire a new manager. They have to bring in someone new. You just went through this whole ordeal. It was an epic disaster. And the one person you're going to bring in a guy who has a history of cheating. You have to be kidding me. Like, who pulled the trigger on that?
Actually, it might be smart because they're probably thinking like, okay, Astros done did so much right now. I don't care who you bring in. They're not going to cheat because everybody's watching them.
Well, they're definitely not cheating because I don't even know if Altuve's batting 200. They're definitely not cheating.
I don't know going on with baseball, but there's a lot of hitters right now that are struggling. I mean, there's not a whole, if you look at around the league, a lot of them are in the ones. They're not even in the twos.
Kyle Seager's hitting in the 300. That's all I know.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I don't know. Hey, I think the Astros are basically done for a while. I don't see them doing anything. Truthfully, I think this whole scandal has put the whole organization back years. I think they're going to have to go back and rebuild and restart over. I think they had a good formula with the Leno strategy of, not tanking necessarily, but just going to the bottom and then just rebuilding from draft picks. And hopefully they can go back and get some more draft picks and collect some draft. I can't even say that right now because they can't get 2 draft picks. They got like one more year. They got to give up them draft picks. So it's kind of whatever.
Every game they struggle in is just a smile on my face. I hate to say it, but
it's okay. Hey, listen. The H stands for hard knocks, baby. I've been knocked around a lot with my team, so we're gonna bounce back.
Again, it's only a matter of time. Just one other baseball topic. I found this. This is kind of your stat of the day kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote this down yesterday, so I think it's down one game maybe. But the Cardinals, we have to talk about the St. Louis Cardinals. They have to play, as of yesterday at least, 53 games. Do the math with me. 53 games in 44 days.
Yeah,
that means they're playing 11 doubleheaders.
Yeah. I hope they eat their Wheaties.
Bro, those pitchers, it's not even safe at this point.
Yeah.
The amount of rotations those pitchers are going to have to go through. And I just have to ask the question. I think I already know what answers might be, but should they just be forced to sit down? Just quit. You're done. You can't. It's almost unsafe to play that many games in that span of time.
I see a lot of bullpen guys coming out of the bullpen and play and starting pitching some of those guys. Some of them relievers are going to start getting some starting pitching gigs.
Yeah,
real quick 100%. And in a hurry. And they're probably going to say, okay, listen, man, we'll take one out of the 2. We'll split the double hitters. Hopefully we'll get the one with our ace. And then if the bullpen guy gets lucky, then great. We got that game too. But if not, it is what it is. I save my guy for another day. They're probably going to try and employ that type of strategy. I don't see the Cardinals even being there anyway. So right. I think the Cardinals are a no factor. I think the Dodgers are going to be there and a few other teams are going to be there. But look at these Padres. Padres might be there. Colorado Rockies definitely going to be there. Colorado Rockies are playing lights out right now.
Tampa Bay Rays are actually doing a lot better than I expected. They're 14-9. Yeah, just sitting right behind the Yankees.
Yeah, I knew the Yankees were going to do well, man. Anytime you put Garrett Cole up in there, man, that guy's like, what is that? 27 games in a row now. He's won, dating back to like last year. So he's dating back to last year. I think the guy's won like 27 games in a row now. I mean, it's incredible.
Just one more really, really quick commercial break for the RTF Sports Network. Enjoy the rest of the show, interruption free. Don't even get me started on like the fact that the Yankees could just sign whoever the hell they want for however much money they want.
Oh yeah,
don't even start with that.
Yeah, but they give him like $362 million. Yeah, they don't care. I mean, they print money out of that ballpark. I mean, the sign printers, they print money.
I'm surprised they didn't sign Mookie Betts. Like they should have just despite the Yankees, they should have signed Betts.
Hey, let us be on the Dodgers.
Woo! They should have signed Mookie Betts. That would have been a great player to put in that outfield they got. I know the Dodgers are definitely capitalizing off Mookie, and Mookie's playing lights out right now.
If Mookie would have signed with the Yankees, you might as well just give him the trophy.
Just
don't play the season. That would have been insane. He's now tied the league record for 6 3 home run games. So Mookie's just a heck of a player. He's got all the time in the world to break that record. That's for sure. He probably will. Absolute monster.
I wouldn't doubt it. Not especially when you look at the streak that he's on right now. I wouldn't doubt that at all. Not for 1 minute. What do y'all think about this college football?
I was just going to say, what topic you want to do next? But there you go, college football. So
college football, baby.
I got a couple of bullet points here.
Hey, have you seen how pissed off right now these parents are in the Big Ten? They're storming the Capitol and let my baby play. Damn it, let my baby play because we got to get to the NFL. We got to get drafted. You can't sit, my boy.
I got to get paid.
I got to get paid.
I need a new house. I need a new car.
Hey, we ain't here for no academic scholarship.
Well, they got their eligibility still. They have to just wait a year, maybe not even a full year, because they might be playing spring football, which Nick Saban has a big problem with, apparently. Nick Saban came out and said if spring football happens, it'll just be a glorified JV league with all the opt-outs that NFL-level players are going to take. He has a valid point. I mean, I'll go to Fred here. I mean, he has a valid point, right?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, you have players opting out now for the NFL because of the uncertainty of the season. The big question is, I would think, is you have all these players now in college football that are like, we need football. You canceled our season for all these Big Ten and Pac-12. I mean, even in the SEC and the ACC, you're seeing these players speak out. They're not going to play in spring, even if there is football. And I get what they're saying about wanting to fall football, but they're just not. They're like, oh, my love for the game is all big in this, and I need football is my life. Not really. I mean, this is where I struggle with athletes in college, is that they go there just to play the sport and move on. If you go to college to play sport, you need to remember first that you're a student athlete. Student is first. That's my biggest pet peeve with a lot of that. But I absolutely agree. I think a JV league is possible. It depends. I would be curious to see how the SEC, ACC, and Big 12 pan out this fall, because if they pan out and are able to play a full season miraculously, is it even worth having spring football for the other two big conferences that didn't play this fall? I mean, I don't see a point to it.
Yeah, you're just going to have like half of college football play now and then the other half play later. That doesn't really seem to make a lot of sense. That's a valid point. And the SEC did come out with a schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they already did once. They already came out with a schedule like 3 weeks ago, and then everyone started canceling, and now they came out with a new schedule. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this week 1 schedule they came out with. I don't know.
These guys already said they're actually pissed off right now in the SEC and the ACC that they got to play 2 extra games outside their conference that have been chosen for them, and the coaches are pissed because they had no say so as to who they're going to play. These teams were just thrust upon them. So there's all. I mean, and let me tell you something about the spring. What kind of common sense does this make? If you're not playing football in the fall because of coronavirus, and there's no cure for the coronavirus, then why the heck are we playing in the spring?
Hope. Yeah. Just got to give people some hope. You got to give these universities hope that they might play football because, man, there's just one sign, man. cha-ching. All they want's their money. Whether they get it in the fall or the spring, they just want it. But yeah, the reality is they might never get it.
Right, and that's the thing, and I feel for these parents. But even if you do have spring ball, or even if the SEC, ACC, whatever still plays, there's no Ohio in there. There's none of the bigger teams that could rival those guys.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get a watered down version of the championship anyway.
Right.
Yeah. What are you gonna see?
Crazy.
If ACC, SEC plays, that's what, Alabama and Clemson again, right?
Yep.
Pretty much.
You know what? Just skip everything. Like, these guys can play if you want to play, but
we're good.
just give it to one of them. I would give it to Clemson. I don't even know if Alabama can compete, honestly. I mean, Alabama's a very talented team, but Trevor Lawrence that Clemson team is still stacked from last year. LSU lost their entire team. You don't got to worry about LSU anymore. But Alabama, I feel like they're, for some reason, at a lower level than Clemson. So that's just me personally. I'm not a huge college football guy, but that's what I see on the outside looking in.
Oh, there's no doubt, because right now Trevor Lawrence, whoever you put behind the in the QB front for Bama, doesn't even have the actual experience that Trevor Lawrence brings to the game that he has, because he's been there several times, and so he has all that experience, and that experience is going to weigh heavily, especially in this lesser league now with lesser even competition out there. And there's no way Bama's going to compete with Clemson. Come on, that's ridiculous. No.
I just want to make sure. You know, Alabama's always the team that you think about when you talk about championships. So I didn't know if they're still there, but I did know that, you know, but they don't have two out. Who are they even putting back there at quarterback these days? Another short-handed left-handed guy, or I don't even know.
To be named later.
Oh, TBD, quarterback TBD.
Hey,
all right.
Let me put this in perspective. If I'm down at home right now and I just got laid off and I got $500 in my check and I need $1,000 for the rent, and I'm going to go and Alabama's playing Clemson, I'm going to go there and I'm going to put my $500 on Bama and pray to God they pull that out in the long shot that I can actually make my bills for the next 2 years.
I was going to say, hey, there you go.
I'm going to put money on Bama at that point, but I'm going to be pretty desperate.
I saw a pretty funny meme that's like, it's something about, you know, if you could go back in time and change one thing or do one thing, what would it be? And one person was like, oh, I would tell my future self something, whatever. And then the other person was like, yeah, I'd probably do something similar. Then you have like a thought bubble that says I would go back and bet on the Patriots to win like the 2002 Super Bowl, because preseason they were like plus 6,000 to win the Super Bowl. Like, I would have dropped everything on that.
I would have sold all of my organs and prayed to God I could still live and get them all back.
Just sell everything, just get $1 million, drop it on plus 6,000. Yeah. Just live on a respirator, like an iron lung, for a couple months, and then, all right, throw the organs back in. I'm rich. We're good.
Yeah, but I do, honestly, though, it's not that I feel so bad for like the seniors that are coming out right now, or even the juniors, whatever. But I feel bad about the freshmen that are coming into college this year that are, and I hate to say it, Fred, but some of these cats, that's what they're doing. They're using college as a segue to the NFL and praying that it works out for them. But now they don't even have that. So now they're going to have to actually go to school and do what school was meant for.
Oh, how terrible. Oh, I feel so.
No football.
Aren't we kind of just talking about that?
When it's ready.
We were talking about that pre-show. We were talking about, you got to drop your kid off. Like, you get your kid gets like a private escort to school. You got to drive. No one takes the bus anymore. You were telling us they don't even do homework anymore. Nope. It's just, and now they're coddled in this world, and then they go off to college and they get to play football. No, guess what? You got to do it old school now. You got to actually go to class. You have to take your tests. No nerds doing homework for you. Yeah, do it old school way. Welcome to reality.
I can hear that song right now, Back to Reality, and I can hear it in the background playing. But that's what it is. I mean, it's crazy the times we live in, but and the programs, how are the programs going to make their money? Big Tens and all these guys that have given out these scholarships. I mean, how does that work? So there's no football in Big Ten, so they take away the scholarships? Do they let them keep it? I mean, how does that work?
I mean, they keep their eligibility. I don't know how the money works. I would imagine if you keep in another year of eligibility, that would go with your scholarship. I mean, they're just going to have to cough up the money. They have it. Let's not sit here and pretend like colleges don't have the money to bank on another year of money. Yeah. So
trust
I
me,
think
because
he'll
every
be
time I go
fine.
to my wife's campus and I park in the wrong parking spot, and that little cop comes up and gives me the ticket, yeah,
they got enough money.
I promise you.
You're probably funding one of those players there. Just you.
Hey, well, if
You're
that's the
sending the
case,
kid to
autograph makes it big. Talk about
All
football
right.
for a minute. Hey, what do you think about Everson Griffin signing with the Dallas Cowboys? I know we talked about in pregame about McCoy going down, but what do you think about this addition of Everson Griffin?
Durf, thoughts?
It's a good signing, I think. I'm surprised it took this long for him to kind of come to the Cowboys. I mean, he was linked to the Seahawks for so long. And
we talked about that last week too.
Right, and it seemed like he's just taking so little to go to the Cowboys, and I think it's a name thing. I think it's the team, what the team has going on. Surprised the Seahawks couldn't get it done if they were really that interested in him, but I think it's a good signing for the Cowboys.
The fact that the Seahawks couldn't cough up, like we talked about last week, up to $6 million, $3 million at signing. The fact that they couldn't cough up to $6 million for Griffin is infuriating to me. That's just my take.
Because just like we talked about earlier, if you could have got even that guy. So if you could have got Josh Gordon on the Cam Newton deal, and then threw Everson Griffin on $6 million, he'd still probably have a little cap money left over.
Absolutely, we could easily do that deal. Yeah, I would imagine that would leave us somewhere around $5 million. That would help us sign the rest of, sign rookies, sign practice squad, because you need a little bit of, for those who aren't into the big cap space world, you have to have, I think, somewhere between $4 or $5 million just left over so you could sign practice squads, sign rookies, sign all of these different people are in the background. So we could have easily managed Griffin and Gordon. That would have been my dream scenario, was Everson Griffin and Josh Gordon, but here we are.
It's okay. Like I said, what do you think about Tom Brady right now? Bruce Arians has just commented on him throwing 60-yard dimes and things of that nature. I mean, I think Tom Brady is still the real deal. I mean, what do you see? I think the Tampa Bay is going to be a team to mess with this year.
There's no reason not to believe that they might be competitive. Ooh, yeah, Mike coming in. Someone finally noticed. Yay, that new mic, though. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's so nice. But I can't. It didn't come with a thing to go over it, unfortunately. I had one, but it was too tight, and the entire episode sounded like garbage because it was too tight. But, yeah, someone finally noticed. Thanks, Mike. Tuning in from Twist, the Week in Sports Talk, which I just found out that's what it stands for. Yeah, Tom Brady. There's no reason to believe the Bucs can't be competitive, but just look at the division: Tampa Bay, Falcons, Saints. I think the Panthers might surprise a few people. There's people saying the Panthers might go 4-12. Bro, they still got CMC. Teddy Bridgewater's a decent quarterback. It's not like they're a complete mess. I don't think they're going to be competitive by any means, but they could spoil a couple of those division games if people sleep on them. I don't think Tampa Bay is going to be going to the Super Bowl this year, but give them till next year. I can't wait to see what they do. I'm just sitting. I'm a sit and wait scenario kind of person. I'm excited to see what they do.
Absolutely. I could see that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think Brady's got something. I don't think he has completely all of it anymore. But I think the Buccaneers are going to be something to keep an eye on. I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat with Dylan. It's kind of a sit and wait and see what they can do. See if that whole team can come together and see what Bruce Arians can really do for the Bucs. And maybe it's a system thing for Tom Brady. Maybe he actually is that good. I'm just going to wait and see.
Well, I'll tell you, man, a 60-yard dime, I don't even think Dak Prescott could hit that. So I might take over.
He can't. No, I'll answer that for you. He can't.
Yeah. So if you get, I know one thing. Tom Brady still has his brains, and he still has a cannon. I mean, if he takes a hard hit, that could affect him. But I still think he has the initial it factor to get a Super Bowl. You're just going to have to give him really good protection because he is 40. Yeah. And, hey, it is, 40 is what 40 is, right? So you're going to have to protect it. That guy can hurt you. He can hurt you.
Yeah, that offensive line has been the big question mark heading into the season for Tampa Bay. There's been reports that that at least Tom Brady's blindside there with the rookie, he's doing well. You can, since there's limited media access, it's not like we have a bunch of tape or we have a bunch of reports saying, oh yeah, that offensive line's looking a lot better than we initially thought. We don't really know that right now. Right. And there's no preseason to figure that out. They're just gonna, and this kind of goes into my next topic here, is like, I guess this will be our segue, of there not being a big off season. There was no workout periods, at least large workout periods up until now. So we talked about before Gerald McCoy, he suffered his quad injury. He got released by the Cowboys. He already had a quad injury before. It was in his contract that, if you hurt your quad, we'll give you like $3 million to go party with, but you're off the team. Mm-hmm. But this leads into the question, is this going to be a trend now? Or is this just normal off-season training camp injuries? Is this normal? People get injured in training camps all the time? Or is this a little bit extra since we don't have our normal offseason? Because we got Nick Chubb. He has a concussion. A.J. Green got a hamstring injury, which is
normal.
That's kind of normal. Robert Alford for the Cardinals, he got a pec injury. Artie Burns tore his ACL with the Bears. Derek Barnett and Javon Hargrave for the Eagles, they had an ankle injury and a pec injury. And the list goes on. There's injuries on pretty much every single team. I looked up the injury report. People are getting decimated by injuries. Is this because of the limited offseason? Is this what's going to happen for the entire season? Teams are going to drop like flies.
I think this is a really crazy year that we're in, honestly, right now. There's so many variables like what you're talking about. I see, you're only given an 80-man roster. So now you got to figure, okay, if my star guy gets hurt, can I afford to keep him on the roster and wait it out? And if I can't, then do I put him like on a practice squad or something and bring in another receiver to replace him? Because I've got to make a decision. I've only got 80 spots. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a factor in it. And I think no preseason games. So now you don't know what you got in terms of production against other teams, different talent levels and such. So there's no evaluation period. Your only evaluation is what you got in front of you right there on the practice field, and that's it. So I don't think this is necessarily going to be a trend going forward after this year, or I should say post-COVID. Once COVID gets taken care of, I don't see it being going forward. But I think while we're in this COVID time period, I do see that this probably is going to be the exact trend.
Fred?
Yeah. I mean, it's a trend right now. I think the biggest thing is that you have the limited off season. Everything was so much virtual. They're just now getting pads on in the middle of August, when they would have been heading into their second preseason game, which by then your starters are playing a few more drives, things are getting into rhythm, things are coming to shape. Yeah, you might have a lot more players right now on the injury list, but how many of those are really your starters? How many of those can come back? How many of those it's an injury that they're reporting because they have nothing else to talk about, so they're gonna. So the media is going to report every little injury. Yeah, people are getting hurt. It's probably normal that you would see this back in June, beginning of July, maybe before training camp starts or right when training camp starts. But I think the biggest thing is that pads are on now. Now the pads are on. It's not two-hand touch. You're getting more up to speed in practice, and you're going to see the players that didn't take it serious in the offseason when they were virtual and keep themselves in shape. These are the guys that slacked off, didn't do their job like they're paid to do and stay in shape, and now they're paying the consequences.
Yeah. That's a fair point. So you're kind of saying a little bit there, you're saying I'm overreacting maybe a little bit to these injuries because, like you said, they're focusing in on little injuries, and
right.
Some of the ones I listed are more serious, like pectoral injuries,
yeah.
Obviously, but maybe Robert Alford and A.J. Green aren't too serious. So, that's a fair point.
Yeah, I mean, A.J. Green's kind of normal.
Yeah.
Could you imagine what if AJ Green's injury was serious? What would they do with him? I mean, would they put him on the practice squad? Because you don't want to really necessarily maybe lose AJ Green if you want him long haul, but you can't really keep him on the 80-man roster because you ain't got enough people. Or do you cut somebody to keep AJ Green on the roster that maybe you would have liked to have kept, but now because of AJ Green, now you're forced to get rid of one of the guys you would have liked to have had. I mean,
I don't know why they didn't just trade him in the offseason. I don't even know why he's still there, to be completely honest. There's no reason for AJ Green to be there, especially after they drafted 2 wide receivers. They got T. Higgins. They got somebody else. Just bring in some you're not going to win this year. What do you expect to do with AJ Green? Like, what was their purpose for keeping him on the roster? I was shocked he's still with the team.
You know, the one thing I really feel bad about, the one person I really feel bad the most about for this whole process is Burrow. And that's just because it's his first year. There's so much expectations on him. He has no competition to go up against a preseason to gauge what it's going to be like. And so he's going to be the starter come game 1, and that's going to be like throwing the dog into the wolves and saying, okay, go perform. You're number 1 guy.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious who they have to open up against. Let's find out. I'm gonna click a couple buttons here, and then we're gonna move into our last segment here after we figure out what we want to talk about with Joe Burrow. Oh, the Rockets are up on the Thunder 68-52 at halftime. No one is shocked by that.
Nope.
The NFL. Let's see here. Where is Cincinnati? Cincinnati. Drum roll, please. They open up. Oh, Lordy. Lord help them. They're opening up against the Chargers in that new revamped defense. Derwin James and the no-fly zone back there. Oh, boy. That's a rough opening.
Tyrod Taylor, he's got the job right now, right? Until Herbert can take it from him.
Yeah. I'm not too worried about the Chargers offense, but that defense I am terrified of. Joey Bosa is gonna tear Joe Burrow a new one. I think that's terrifying.
He's gonna tackle and go the B and the A. That's all you're gonna ever remember from me. B and the A, like an eye chart. It's the B and the A. Don't trust the protocol.
Poor Joe. I feel so bad for him. Yeah, that's a tough opening. And it's at the Chargers, too, just in case anyone was wondering. So he has to go on the road to open up and play against that. Probably what, on paper, should be a top 5, maybe even top 3 defense.
I remember Derek Carr back with the Texans. We got sacked 77 times the first year. I hope the same doesn't happen to Mr. Burrow.
Oh, man. Whew. Hopefully not.
Well, for our main segment here, I don't even know if our main segment was NFL prop bets, kind of. Not really bets, but they're kind of laid out as bets. Mm-hmm. This is an article ESPN came out with, and I was reading through this. I actually found this quite interesting. So I just wanted to kind of maybe pick out a few since we are a little short on time, but I think this would be I just thought it was fun. So basically they picked a player, or they picked a scenario on every team and gave it like a fun little mix, like an over under on something. So let's just kind of go through it, and I'll let you pick which one, if you're going to go on the over or the under, whatever the case may be. So the one I thought this was a really good one right off the bat with the Cardinals, because they go alphabetical order. Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray passing and rushing yards. They set the market 5.5. Is that right? 5.5
minus
yards.
5.5.
Yards.
That's what I'm looking at it as. Yeah.
Oh, I think that's just the betting line.
Yeah, I was about to say that sounds like a betting line to me.
He's odd to me, but
whatever the case may be, I think they're saying Kyler Murray is the favorite to have more passing and rushing yards than Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's false.
That's false.
If you want to say it, I think it's going to have.
So I'm going to go ahead and say Kyler Murray is the favorite over Lamar Jackson. So you're going to take the underdog of Lamar Jackson in this case. Yeah, he will have more passing and rushing yards.
I'm going to take it.
So you're just thinking Are you thinking Kyler Murray's not going to have the great year with D-Hop, or you just think Lamar Jackson's just that good and he should just be favored in everything?
I think it's a mixture of both. Honestly, I think Lamar is that good, but I also think Kyler. I'm not as impressed yet with Kyler Murray. I'm not completely sold on him. I mean, yeah, he's got a great wideout, and I get that, but I'm not completely sold on him completely with that offense. Not as of yet. And right now, Lamar Jackson, he had the MVP last year, and he had the most yards, 36 touchdowns. Somebody can run 10 picks, I think it was. I mean, the guy won it last year for that, and he had 1,200 yards rushing. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Lamar.
Fred,
I want to go Kyler, but I think it's going to be Lamar. I don't think teams have figured out Lamar Jackson just quite yet. I think they're getting close. I'd be curious to see how far that happens, how far it ends up until a team shuts them completely down like the Titans did in the playoffs. But I still think Lamar is probably going to end up with more stats than Kyler does.
all right. It's a tough choice. I think I would just have to go with Lamar since he is the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he gets shut down during the regular season. I think it was a playoff game he got shut down in, and they have I think they have the easiest schedule still this year. There's no reason Lamar shouldn't probably win this little bet. This one was a really funny one, actually. Justin Tucker missed field goals. So is he going to have more missed field goals than Ravens playoff wins? It's set at 1.5. So basically, is he going to miss field goals set at 1.5? But so the Ravens have to win 2 playoff games virtually for them to win this. So how deep do you think they're going to make it in the playoffs? Are they going to be one and done again, or is
no? I don't think they're going to be one and done. I really don't. They lost to Tennessee right last year. Mm-hmm. I think Tennessee took a little bit of a hit. I think the Lamar and the Ravens are going to win more than just one playoff game. So I'm going with that.
All right, Fred, do you trust the Legatron, Justin Tucker?
Yeah, I'm taking Tucker on this one. I just don't think. I don't think the Ravens quite have it figured out for the playoffs yet. I think it's going to be a little bit different of a field in the playoffs come January, but I'm going to take Justin Tucker because, dang, that guy's accurate.
I would literally just take the Justin Tucker line because I don't think he's going to miss field goals. I just don't think he is. We'll do the Bills here. We'll do each of our teams to wrap it up. So the Bills, 4.5 wins over combined Jets and Giants wins. So let's say the Jets and Giants combined have like 5 wins and the Bills have 10 wins, then they don't cover the spread virtually. So because it's 4.5. So are the Bills going to have over 4.5 on combined Giants and Jets wins?
Giants. I'm taking the Bills. I know very well that the Giants are horrible and the Jets are right along with them.
That's the point of the bet. Yeah, that's it.
I'm taking the Bills.
All right. It's your team. You got to have some faith.
I'm taking the Bills. And I was actually talking about it with someone earlier, and it's like theoretically, say the Giants and Jets total, they each go 4-12. Now that's 8 wins. Like, if for some reason the Giants and the Jets both sneak out these unsuspecting wins, now I'm a little worried about this line because now you're looking at the Bills needing to be 13-3, and I'm like, ugh, that's a little tough. But I mean, We'll go for it. But I think I'm gonna take the Bills on this one.
All right,
good call.
Do you want the Cowboys or the Texans?
No, Cowboys for sure.
All right, we'll do.
I'm that's my number one team. Okay, I'm Houston, but I'm Cowboys my team.
I just wanted to make sure. I didn't want to assume. All right, so it's going to be Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, and CeeDee Lamb receiving yards plus 279.5 over Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Rob Gronkowski. So all those combined yardage, 279.5 is the line. So they're going to have to be over at least 280 yards more than Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Rob Gronkowski.
Man, let's put it this way: you got to talk 2,000-yard receivers last year. And Amari started come out and said that with CeeDee Lamb, they're going to put over 3,000. I'm going with Cowboys all day. I'm going to go with Cowboys all day on that one.
Fred,
I'm going Cowboys too. I don't think the trio in Tampa is quite potent enough to put up those numbers. Like, yes, Chris Godwin and Mike Evans are really good. Gronk has a lot of short passes. It seems like he's over the middle touchdown, not at the 30-yard line on their side running for 70 yards. That's just not Gronk. Like, you're not going to get those yardages out of him. But if there's anything that Tom Brady brings from the Patriots to the Buccaneers, it's you're balanced. They're going to run the ball.
Yeah.
They're going to try to keep Tom Brady healthy. It's not going to be as pass happy as the Cowboys might be.
Yeah, all of those points. Rob Gronkowski is not CeeDee Lamb. He's not going to get the same production. And then the same is they're also going to be a balanced offense when you would expect the Cowboys are probably going to be pass happy with McCarthy coming in.
Right.
There's really no comment. I feel like that's a pretty easy pick. And then let's dig for the Seahawks. Where are you, Seattle? Dig in. Oh my gosh, are they at the bottom? Did they not do a Seahawks one? I thought they did this for every team.
Where are you looking on that?
Oh, there it is. Jamal Adams, over under 6.5 combined forced fumbles, interceptions, and sacks. Oh, boy. 6.5 for forced fumbles, interceptions, and sacks.
So that's all three stats combined. He can get either one of the three, but he has to have at least 6 out of all that.
I think. Is that what they're saying, I think? Or 6.5 for all of them combined?
Over under 6.5 combined forced fumbles, interceptions, and sacks. So
so forced fumbles,
three.
I'm going to go over. I'm going over. I think he's going to get over 6. I think he will. It's Jamal Adams. Come on.
Right.
Dude hits hard. The dude sacks like he plays up in the box all the time. So that's forced fumbles on running backs and sacks, strip sacks, and then interceptions. You just count on at least 3. I'd be happy with 3. That should be an easy over. That should be an easy over.
Absolutely over.
All right. I thought that'd be a fun segment. There's so many more. So if you want to find that article, the ESPN article, that's a really good one. Jason, thanks for coming on the show, man.
Hey, I love you guys. Thank you for having me, and I hope I get to do this again with you guys because it's always a fun experience.
Yeah, you got a show to plug?
Yeah, so right now, hey, I'm still with the Whiskey Hour, and you can catch us on YouTube, Facebook. We have a Facebook page called the Whiskey Hour Podcast, so you can catch us there, either YouTube or Facebook right now.
All righty, the Whiskey Hour Podcast, everybody, and I think just virtually based off of the poll we did with our fans, Fred, do you know what it is?
Oh, I don't remember what it was now.
Oh, the anticipation was built for you, and you dropped it like a rock.
Yep, I sure did.
Oh, that's all right.
No drop mic here.
Yeah, I got you covered. For the people who voted, here you go. Protect your nuts.